Давай помогу.
The story kicks off in 1937, where we meet Lyudmila Pavlichenko, a young student who has just aced her entrance exams and secured a spot at Kiev State University. To celebrate, she heads to a shooting range with her friends, including her classmate Masha. What starts as a casual outing takes a surprising turn when Lyudmila's impressive shooting skills catch the attention of the Red Army, leading to an invitation to join a sharpshooter program. Despite her father's objections, being an army officer himself, he knows the hardships that come with military life. Lyudmila convinces him to let her enlist. Once in the army, she meets Boris, a kind-hearted Jewish doctor. Sparks fly instantly, and before long, the two fall for each other. They plan to marry, but their love story is cut short when war erupts. One night, while they're at the movies, the news breaks. Germany has invaded Russia. World War II has begun. As Boris tries to get closer to Lyudmila,
Каждый должен заниматься своим делом.
she turns him down, knowing that her duty to her country must come first. With her mind set on defending her homeland, she joins the fight on the Eastern Front, training harder than ever. During one of the battles, her commanding officer gives her a critical mission to take down the German army's captain. If she succeeds, it could shake the enemy's morale. But before they can act, German planes ambush them, firing mercilessly from above. The brutal attack shakes Lyudmila, but she doesn't back down. She takes cover, and when the time is right, she picks up her rifle and starts taking out Nazi soldiers one by one. Her accuracy and determination turn the tide of the battle, and she eventually lands the crucial shot, eliminating the enemy captain. Seeing their leader fall, the German soldiers lose their fighting spirit, giving Lyudmila's battalion a much-needed victory. The next day, she's honored for her bravery and awarded a sniper rifle.
Поздравляю, боец Павличенко.
She then runs into her old friend Masha, who has also joined the war effort as a nurse and is engaged to a young pilot. Having a familiar face around gives Lyudmila some comfort amidst the chaos. Later on, she's paired up with a seasoned sniper, Captain Makarov. She develops feelings for him, but he keeps his distance, revealing that he lost his family when the Germans invaded.
Мать, и относиться к оружию.
One evening, Masha and her fiancé invite Lyudmila to dinner, along with another soldier. After dinner, things take an ugly turn when the soldier starts making advances on Lyudmila. When she pushes him away, he becomes aggressive, but before anything worse can happen, Captain Makarov walks in. Instead of waiting for someone to step in, Lyudmila punches the guy herself, leaving Makarov impressed. As she storms off, he follows her, but before he can say much, she surprises him with a kiss. Though taken aback, he doesn't pull away, suggesting that, deep down, he has feelings for her too. Soon, Lyudmila and Makarov find themselves in Odessa, preparing for another battle. Suddenly, German forces launch a surprise attack, and during the chaos, Lyudmila is badly injured. Makarov carries her to safety and gets her to a hospital, where she crosses paths with Boris, who is working there as a military doctor. While Boris once wanted to be with her, Lyudmila's heart now belongs to Makarov. The hospital, however, is struggling. There aren't enough supplies, and doctors can't treat everyone properly. As a result, the wounded soldiers, including Lyudmila, are relocated to another hospital by sea. But their transport is attacked by German aircraft, causing massive casualties. Miraculously, Lyudmila survives. Once she recovers, she begs her superiors to let her return to the battlefield, eager to fight for her country and reunite with Makarov.
Проходит в 13 километрах.
Unfortunately, after reviewing her medical records, they refuse. Determined, she approaches Boris, pleading with him to approve her papers. Initially, he resists, but she eventually convinces him to sign off on her return. Finally, she makes it back to the front lines, hoping to find Makarov. But what she discovers instead shatters her. Makarov has died in battle. As the Soviet forces retreat to Sevastopol, Ludmila is left to face the harsh reality of war. Even after another heartbreak, Ludmila refuses to give up. Her love for her country and strong sense of duty keep her going. She gets reassigned to Sevastopol, where she teams up with a new sniper, Leonid. At first, things are a bit rocky between them, especially when he sees her intentionally wounding enemy soldiers just to watch them suffer. But over time, they grow close, working together to take down Nazis and forming a deep bond. Months go by, and although they're clearly in love, Ludmila hesitates to express her feelings, haunted by her past heartbreaks. Then, during a Christmas celebration with the soldiers, she gets into a fight with another soldier. She lands a few good punches before Leonid steps in, finishing the fight for her. That's when he finally admits he's in love with her. Gathering her courage, Ludmila confesses she feels the same way. After everything she's been through, she knows she can't keep bottling up her emotions. For the first time in a long while, things are looking up. Ludmila finds happiness again with Leonid. But war doesn't stop for love. Masha, now a frontline nurse, invites them to her wedding, only to reveal that her fiancé has died. The heartbreaking news prompts Ludmila to tell Leonid she wants to have a child. He doesn't respond, and she immediately understands why. This is war. There's no room for dreams of a normal family. Even if they had a child, the world they live in is too chaotic for any kind of peaceful future. That realization crushes her. Then, the worst happens. While on patrol, Leonid steps on a mine, which sends up a flare, marking their location for an incoming attack. Realizing Ludmila is in danger, he doesn't hesitate. He throws himself onto the mine, taking the full force of the explosion to save her. Badly injured, he collapses. Ludmila, despite her own injuries, lifts him onto her shoulders and races toward the nearest medical station. But before she can reach it, she passes out and they both fall to the ground. When she wakes up in the field hospital, Boris delivers devastating news. Leonid didn't make it. This time, the grief is unbearable. Every time she's found love, it's been ripped away from her. She finally breaks. She decides she's done with war. She doesn't want any part of it anymore. It has only brought her pain and loss. But the war isn't done with her yet. The Soviet officers order her to take out a top enemy sniper to boost Soviet morale. She refuses at first, but they remind her that the country needs her, that the Germans fear her. She knows they're right. This might be her last chance to make a difference. The duel between her and the enemy sniper stretches on for an entire day. Growing tired of the standoff, Ludmila takes a bold risk. She steps out into the open, fully exposing herself. The enemy sniper shoots her, but in that moment, she spots his exact location and takes him down before collapsing from her wounds. As Sevastopol falls, Boris carries a severely injured and traumatized Ludmila to a submarine evacuating the city. Panicked civilians try to force their way on board, but then she realizes something. Boris gave her his own evacuation papers. He sacrificed his chance to escape so she could get away. In the end, Boris, Masha, and countless others died defending Sevastopol. Ludmila's reputation as a war hero makes her a powerful symbol for the Soviet Union. The government sends her around the world as a propaganda figure, raising support for the fight against fascism. During her travels, she meets Eleanor Roosevelt, who encourages her to embrace her femininity. Inspired, Ludmila decides to wear a dress for a speech in New York, but the Soviet officials traveling with her force her to change back into her uniform. Despite this, her speech leaves a powerful impact on the audience. She boldly challenges the men listening, asking, "Don't you think you've been hiding behind my back for too long?" Her speech gains international attention, even inspiring American folk singer Woody Guthrie to write a song about her. Years later, in 1957, Roosevelt visits Moscow and reunites with Ludmila. They attend the opera together, and it's revealed that Ludmila has a son, strongly implied to be Leonid's. And that's the story of battle for Sevastopol. If you like this recap, hit that like button, and if you didn't, well, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. Be sure to check out the full movie for yourself. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more recaps.